Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And you know I love bringing in experts from all over the world that talk about all kinds of topics. We try to hit this and that every time. But today we're going to talk with someone that's an author. She's a speaker. She's very motivational. And she happens to love stilettos. Now, what the heck is Tigo talking about now? Guess what? You know what you got to do. You got to sit right there because we'll be right back.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. She said, did she just say stilettos? I'll explain that later. You guys will understand what's going on. But this young lady's been on over the covers and a part of magazines, over 50 magazines, podcasts. She's an author. She talks about the truth of your journey. Jen Sugermeyer is here. Hey, Jen, what's happening?
Hey. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. You and I have had the opportunity, hey, Greg Reed, had the opportunity to meet a couple of times at Secret Knock and Prosperity Camp, and we've become kind of buddies. I see you and I go, okay, what size heel are you wearing today?
Yeah. I always say there's a correlation between my height and my size of heel and my confidence. My goal is to be 7 feet one day. It will happen.
And just for everybody out there, no, she's not 5'2". She's like over 6 feet already. So getting to 7 feet isn't that high. I'm 5'6". I'm not getting to 7 feet, nor do I want to. I'm telling you now. Let me ask you something, Jen. How important is it? You know, everybody says, share your journey, tell your story, share your journey, tell your story. How important is it not to fluff up your journey and actually be truthful to yourself and to your community?
Yeah, there's a couple things that happen when you are forthcoming with your story. First and foremost, it helps you heal. And I think so many of us, we sanitize things and we show people what they want to see. And that ultimately keeps us hidden. And we feel like we can't be true and authentic to ourselves. So putting everything out there, like nobody has anything against you. Like if somebody's like, Jen, but I know you did this, I'd say, well, yeah, I told you that. So you have nothing against me. So it frees you. And secondly, there is someone out there that is going through your journey. There is someone out there and they are waiting for help, and your words can help them. So it's healing you, it's helping others. It's like win-win for everybody. And you free yourself from whatever anybody could come back and say, I already told you that. You got nothing on me. I'm free. So it's the best feeling to put it all out there.
No, I love that. And you're so right, because, you know, if you're telling a lie, it's hard to keep it straight in your head. Let's go there.
Yep.
2, you know, if it's already out there, somebody brings it up, so what? You know, I've already shared it myself. You don't have anything on me for that, you know, but let's talk about the fear of it. Some people are probably watching or listening right now going, you've probably never done anything, Jen, so you have nothing to be ashamed of. But there's stuff in my history that I don't want people to know, and I'm terrified that somebody's going to bring it up. What about that?
Yeah. And I remember I was in that same place. I was working in corporate America. I was so afraid to even say, hey, I need a mental health day, because I was afraid that, you know, I was leading global teams. I was doing all the things. And would I not be deemed as capable or, that I could do my job? And here I was literally, so I'm almost 4 years in recovery. I'm a recovering alcoholic. And so I didn't want to talk about that. So I was in and out. Thank you. So I was in and out of jails and hospitals, literally practicing for speeches, honest to goodness, in jail for the CEO, getting out just in time to make it in the office to give my speech to the CEO. I mean, talk about unmanageability and things that you just don't want to talk about. So now, I mean, I was terrified. I remember the first time I told my story and I was like, do I go by an alias? What do I do? But there was something in that moment. I did an interview like this and I told my story and it was like the weight just shed off. And it was scary. It was like stepping off a ledge and you have no idea what you're about to fall on. But you know
No,
what?
I get that.
That is how we grow. I mean, I'm 6'1". I know all about the discomfort and growth. And I mean that in true honesty. And when we grow as people, it's uncomfortable, but we need to embrace that and say, boy, you know, you don't get a rainbow without the rain. Like there are just steps that you go through in order to get to the other side. So it's scary, but it's worth it. You just got to keep that end goal in mind.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, we're going to do a t-shirt. Alan's writing it down as we speak. You don't get a rainbow without the rain. When we do it, you're sending you a commission for every shirt we sell. Because that is like an awesome quote. You don't get a rainbow without the rain. I love that. Now, you know, I was kidding about the stiletto and the da-da-da, because that's what we always talk about. You always talk about, I got to get higher shoes. And we're already looking up to you like this when you're there. You know, you're very statuesque. And people know when you come in the room, not just because of your height, but your personality. You know, you're one of those people that light the room. So as my mama used to say, oh, that child lights the room. That is you. You definitely light the room, but you also get connected. You know, you talk with almost everybody in that room. If they talk to you or if they don't, you'll stop them and say, hey, you know, how are you? What's going on? Da, da, da. How important is it to get connected?
Yeah. And to me, that's my superpower. I'm about to hit my 50th country next week. And I've been all over, and I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're the janitor, if you're the CEO, if you're the president, I don't care. I interview people for the magazine I work for that are celebrity. Like none of that matters to me. We can learn something from everybody. So when I go into a room, it's my way of, it's almost like a challenge for me of, what is it about Jen? Because my superpower is I can connect to anybody. What am I going to connect to you on? And so I am all about relationships, not transactions. And so who is it that I'm going to connect to in that room? And there's just something special about making that, to me, that in my heart just warms it. So I feel very blessed to have had such a diverse life and be able to, you know, I mean, whether that be dating rock stars or, you know, reggae people living in Italy, like it's just been all over the map. And so finding what our thing is together is just, that's how magic happens, is with people connected.
That's awesome. There's another t-shirt too. You know, it's not about, you know, it's about the connections and stuff. You know, I'm writing them down. If I'm not Alan Betterby, I will make sure that happens, you know. But someone is looking right now and they're going, of course, you know, you say that, but I'm scared to even talk to anybody when I walk in the room. I never leave my hometown. You know, I live in Las Vegas, or I live in Denver or Chicago or whatever. You're talking 50 countries. They haven't seen the 50 states yet. So what do you tell people about getting out of their own way?
Yeah. I mean, and you don't have to have done, you don't have to shoot for the moon. It's what you have to offer is unique to you. You know, sometimes people tell me, Jen, you're 1 in a million. And I correct them. I'm 1 in 8 billion. And so are you. You are 1 in 8 billion. Do not diminish your value. So just because I'm 6'1" and wear 5-inch heels and you happen to see me when I walk in the room, that's my thing. What is your thing? What is the thing that makes you stand out? And connect with people on that. And I will say, just this one last thing, one of the things that I learned that was, because I wasn't always quite this way, but I've learned it. And one of the pieces of advice that was given to me is pretend you're the host. Pretend you're the host and not the guest of a room. And then it's like you're just going around and like, how you doing? You having a good time? And it changes the way you approach situations. So sometimes that's helpful when you're, you know, getting to know people that you don't know, a bunch of strangers.
No, I'm totally right there with you. And I had to get out of my own way because I'm a super geek. I'm a computer geek. So I'm really, really happy sitting in the back of the room, not talking to anybody. And I had to get out of my own way and get out there and connect with people. And it has truly changed my life. It absolutely has. Now, I mentioned earlier at the top of the hour, I mentioned that you're an author and you got a new book that came out recently too, right? Confidence is Queen.
Confidence.
You have one. Can you show it to us?
Ta-da.
Now,
confidence.
What does that mean?
So as cash is to king, confidence is to queen, because the queen is the most powerful player in the game of chess because she can make all the moves, and with confidence, so can you. And as cash is to king, confidence is to queen, but you got to have cash to be king. Confidence is within you. So if you have confidence, you are unstoppable. You can make the money, you can work the room, you can do everything when you have confidence. So confidence is queen.
So how do they get that? Where do they go? How do they get in touch with you?
So it's most online, Amazon. You can go out to my website, which is jensugermeyer.com. I am the only Jen Sugermeyer. So the good, the bad, the mugshots, they're all mine out there. Sugar with an E. I'm the only one. You can connect with me on any of the platforms, but Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any of the online bookstores is where you'll find the book.
I'm so excited. I got to get a copy of that book. I want to check it out. Plus, I'm a chess player, so that's just, you're speaking my language. I want to thank you for coming, hanging out with us. As you see, Alan threw up the 1-minute warning, so we got to get out of here. You're absolutely amazing. I hope you'll come back because we just touched on just a little bit today.
We scratched the surface. Life is fun. There's a lot to talk about.
You're amazing. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know, I hope you'll come back next time. And if you didn't catch Jen's, web address, or you're driving, don't call me. You know what to do. Go to Tigo Direct, type in Jen, type in confidence, type in queen. She's coming up. We'll make sure the book cover's there. You guys know how to connect and how you can connect directly to her. So there's no cost to you, and there's no cost to our guests to be a part of our wonderful Tigo Direct. It's just our way to make sure everybody stays connected, as our expert Jen just told us. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.